Hi everyone, and welcome to TWF Friday Night Smackdown. I'm Michael Cole with Renee Young, and with Michael Cole with Renee Young and Corey Graves. And today on Friday Night Smackdown, we're going to have a good show here today on Friday Night Smackdown. We are going to finally have, we're gonna have, I don't know what we're gonna have here today, but it's gonna be a good show, Michael Cole says. Well, hopefully gonna be a good show, Renee Young says, because after the stuff we went through, hopefully it is gonna be a good show here today, and our next Yield show is going to be, Halloween Havoc or Hell Evening Madness or Hell Night Madness. Renee Young says, yeah, that's right, Corey Graves says. And that's where we're going to see Wonder Woman and Chris Jericho finally have a match to settle the unlikenesses, the wrong, the war, going between each other. But today we have something else to deal with. We have Gumford here today, Corey Graves said. Yes, we do, Michael Cole said. He had his first match on Dynamite or Mike, last Wednesday, where he fought Roman Reigns and beat him, and we wonder what he's going to do now. First off, I just beat that lazy wrestler, on Dynamite or Mike, Roman Reigns. And now I'm going to call out someone who I truly know I should have a good match with. And that's who I'm going to call out. Let's just say I'm going to call out one of the owners of the Toy Wrestling Cavalry, Xena, because I know I can I know that I can beat her. And at the end of the day, she thinks she's so cool with her flying ring and everything, and her sword. But we all know is that she's not as good as I am, not as good as me. And I know I can beat her if I have the match with her. And if she's going to take me out on my dare. Then I'll fight her. But it's all up to her if she wants to take me up on my match or not. But until then, I'm going to... Every time this ring moves, I fall over. What is it with wrestlers and I can't stand up in the ring? Well, if Xena is going to take me up on my dare, I know someone is going to take me up on my dare to fight. I'm getting sick and tired of being dropped on my lair every time you shift this ring. Do it one more time, we're going to have a bind. Hey, Gumford, falling down in the wrestling ring is going to be the least of your bind. You want to know what you're going to be dealing with? Me. 4. You're going to be... Stand. You're going to be dealing with me. Alright? You're going to be dealing with me. And falling down the wrestling ring for Gumford or Walter is going to be the least of your binds. And I heard you say you want to have a match with Xena, but guess what? Guess what? You seem to think you're the greatest wrestler out there. Well, why don't you seek to take down a god of thunder? Or the North god of thunder? Do you think a fake god like you lives up to my standards? I'm not going to arrest no fake god of thunder. You know. Oh, so I'm a fake god, right? Well, that's fine, Gumpert, if you believe who you're seeing right now is fake. Yeah, that's fine if you want to see it that way. But I'm still going to wrestle you. You know what, Gumpert? You like to have a high standard of skilled wrestling, and under the belief that no one can live up to your standard of skilled wrestling. And you want to fight Xena? Well, I don't know when or how that's ever going to happen, John Bradshaw Lakefield says. But here today on Friday Night Smackdown, we fight here on Friday nights. So you're going to be fighting for the North God of War. And even if he's a fake god and not a true god, you're still wrestling him either way. So I want to bring that Fight Lord, the Fight Keeper, in the ring. And now we got to have the match. Well, we heard from John Bradshaw Lakefield, the main overseer of TWF, Michael Cole says, and he's going to be fighting For. Oh, and For just hit him with that hammer of his. And if For has been in For right now, body slammed, Gumpert, and knocked him down with his hammer, Michael Cole says. Renee Young says For's had sundriest films. He's been in books. He's had sundriest plays and books about him and films about him. Some of them Disney, Marvel, some of them not. He was even in the Mic Keeper's world too. Renee Young says, are we going to point out how it's not a hard middle match? That there's an oversight in the match, but he still has his hammer in his hand. Corey Graves says, well, the Fight Lord's going to tell him to get the hammer out of his hands, which now he does. And that's not the same Ford doll. That's not the one that got bought from Game Again. That's not the one that got bought from Ollie's. Shit, that's the one that came from Five and Below. Corey Graves says. Well, just to let you know, Michael Cole said Five and Below is going to have a shop in McKeesport Stead near sooner or later. We just don't know when that's going to happen. Right beside Ollie's. And now, Gumpert just took down For right now. And then a body slam on For. And Gumpert right now is going to put For in the mic slam. The mic drop, I mean to say, Michael Cole says. Renee Young says, can Gumpert beat For here today on Friday Night Smackdown? Renee Young says, if he beats the North God of Thunder, would that be seen as an upset? Renee Young said. Corey Graves said an upset. A win is when you clearly out-wrestle your fellow man or fellow woman. A upset is when somehow, some way, they end up beating you. That is what an upset is. Meaning, here is your winner, Gumpert. And Gumpert has beat For here today on Friday Night Smackdown, Michael Cole says. And Gumpert doesn't need to do this. Why is he taking For's hammer for? Why is he doing this for? He just hit For and knocked him down with his own hammer. Oh yeah, talking about having a high standard for skilled wrestling. And you do shit like that, Michael Cole says. Yeah, he's got a double standard. He's a liar. He's got double standards, Renee Young says. He talks about how he wants everyone on look him, and he wants a high standard for skilled wrestling. Then he goes out and does something like that. It's a double standard, Renee Young says. It's all right if he does it, but if everybody else does it, then look out. You know what? Corey Graves said, I liked what he did. I thought it was cool. I truly liked it. How he beat up Thor and hit him with his own hammer. That was like cool, Corey Graves says. Yeah, Michael Cole said, like, you didn't do things like that when you were a wrestler, right? When you were in first in WWE on NXT, you didn't do shit like that, right? Oh yeah, I did shit like that all the time, Corey Graves says. Only I didn't wrestle as long as you thought. I mean, yeah, I was a former WWE NXT tag team fighter with Adrian Neville. And that was before I went to Smackdown the first time, and then Raw the first time, and then Smackdown the two, and then Raw again, Smackdown again. Did I also admit that I also was a former W24/7 fighter? Renee Young said, at the end of the day, I think it's kind of sad that Gunther has to do things like that. The double standard. It's alright for him to, do shitty things like that, but if someone else does it, then it's wrong. Yeah, we know Walter, Gunther, whatever you want to call him. He got double standards about shit. Alright, take it away now. Gorilla Monsoon. Thank you, Michael Cole and Renee Young. I'm going to be talking with Walter, or Gunther, here today on Friday Night Smackdown. Alright, Gunther, you seem to have a double standard where you talk about how you want skilled wrestling to be earnest and you want everything and everyone to do something, have onlook, but then you go and hit Thor with the hammer after the match. That's a liar right there. You saying I got double standards, Gorilla Monsoon? You're saying that me taking a hammer and hitting a fake god with it? You hit a toy with it, Gunther. Anyway, yeah, it's a double standard. You come out here and talk about how you got this high standard for wrestlers and skilled wrestling, and you go out and do shit like that, and then you wonder why no one gives you onlook for anything you did in WWE or in a TWF. You think I care about anyone in their onlook? I don't. Yes, at the end of the day, you got so much a high standard of yourself, and you like to talk about how you want everyone to onlook you, and how you want everything in skilled wrestling to be earnest. But you're not going to be getting any onlook for the stunt you pulled today. Yeah, like you never did nothing like that, Gorilla Monsoon, when you were wrestling back in the day. Let's not lie. You took the upper hand on folks when you were a heel. You gorilla press. You spun folks around like a windy bird. Which talk about what you did to Muhammad Ali. Yeah, well, you weren't like you did that fairly. I did that leer to leer with Muhammad Ali. I didn't hit him from behind. I didn't hit him like you did with a hammer. I hit for leer to leer with his hammer. He's not living up to my standard, and even did that lazy son of a bitch Roman Reigns. Well, Gunther beat Thor here today, but he's a walking, talking double standard. Back to you, Michael Cole and Renee Young. Well, thank you, Gorilla Monsoon, for talking with Gunther here today on Friday Night Smackdown. And that's all the time we got it for Friday Night Smackdown. I, Michael Cole, for Renee Young and Corey Graves, they've been Friday Night Smackdown, and we'll see you tomorrow for Rampage or Ram Through.